Kita jumpa lagi dalam acara CEO Reference. Biasanya kita membahas topik-topik dari Harvard Business Review, tetapi kali ini kita tidak membahas topik dari Harvard Business Review, tapi saya kira topik yang kita bahas juga sangat penting dan saya kira berkualitas sama dengan artikel-artikel yang kita dapatkan dari Harvard Business Review. Kita hari ini akan membahas tentang bagaimana pengalaman seseorang yang melewati satu pengalaman yang extraordinary. Ya, apa wisdom yang didapat dari pengalaman yang dialaminya, karena tidak semua orang bisa punya kesempatan mengalami hal yang luar biasa seperti ini ya. Dan bersama kita adalah Ibu Mariko Yoshihara. Kita beri tepuk tangan.
Thank you.
Ibu Mariko Yoshihara ini partner saya di JSC juga. Dan saya sangat terkejut pada tanggal 17 Juli kemarin. Saya mendengar pagi-pagi bangun ada blast di Marriott. Ketahuan saya bangunnya siang ya. Berarti sudah terjadi bom yang meledak di Marriott, and then saya tahu bahwa teman saya aktif sekali, Ibu Mariko. Saya pengen tahu apakah Mariko ada di sana nggak, dan ternyata memang ada di sana dan namanya juga muncul di TV. Jadi hari itu benar-benar ya buat saya juga suatu hari yang tidak menyenangkan ya, sangat melelahkan. Dan kemudian saya sempat menemani Mariko di rumah sakit MMC dan kemudian sampai beliau selesai operasi. Nah, kita lihat bahwa tanggal 17 Juli kemarin, baru bulan lalu ya, belum terlalu lama, kita kejadian di Marriott dan juga Ritz-Carlton. Ini foto yang di Marriott, ini yang di lantai lounge-nya ini, benar-benar hancur berantakan. Dan di dalam lounge inilah ada meeting ya, di Marriott Lounge ini, di mana ini meetingnya seperti ini. Jadi orang-orangnya duduk seperti di meja ini, dan memang teroris tersebut, bomber tersebut datang khusus ke lounge tersebut untuk meledakkan diri di sana ya. Dan kita lihat bahwa Mariko duduk di sini ya, dan sebelahnya ini Timothy McKay ya. Dan ini adalah orang-orang yang meninggal, yang tewas pada saat bom meledak tersebut. Dan ini adalah yang luka parah ya, Max Boone. Kemudian ini adalah David Porter dari Freeport ya. Dan Mariko dari in the middle, tim McKay dan David Porter ya. Dan beberapa dari yang kita lihat ini tim McKay fotonya ya. Kemudian this is David Porter ya, Porter ya.
Yes.
And this is also one of the executives yang terluka di sana, terluka parah. Saya nggak gitu mengenali mukanya ya. Dan banyak sekali eksekutif yang terluka parah, dan memang yang terluka itu adalah di sini karena memang bomnya meledak di sini, di lounge ini ya. Dan Mariko mendapatkan cedera juga ya, sampai di hospitalize, kakinya, tulang pergelangan kakinya patah, kemudian juga burn ya, severe burn injury di kakinya, kemudian di punggungnya ya. Dan eardrumsnya pecah ya, eardrumsnya pecah karena suara yang pecah yang kencang itu ya. Dan memang even though siapapun yang survive di sana, eardrumsnya pasti rusak ya. Termasuk mungkin Pano ke Kiroyan juga eardrumsnya juga ada masalah ya, survive juga dari hal ini. Nah, jadi inilah yang terjadi, dan this is suatu experience yang luar biasa ya. Dan tentunya pada saat sharing dengan saya, Mariko said that she was very lucky that she could survive. Even kalau kita lihat posisinya ya, harusnya Mariko has worse injury than the David Porter ya, tapi survive dan bisa bersama dengan kita hari ini. Kita beri tepuk tangan. Oke, now kita pengen tahu apa wisdomnya ya, karena tentunya orang yang melewati satu extraordinary experience akan crystallize dia punya pandangan tentang hidup, tentang wisdomnya. Dan it's very lucky of us can learn from Mariko. So Mariko, when you look back at this incidents, ya, your survival experience, ya, waktu you lihat bahwa I can survive from this gitu ya, what is actually the meaning for your life?
Okay, it's a hard question. Yeah, it's how to say this kind of a question is we're supposed to get the answers every day. We should try to find the answers every day. But somehow kita biasa as a normal person, you know, you get
wake
busy
up
with
langsung ada activity
a lot of activities, 1,000 things that you have to do, and so on. And then you are missing this part somehow. You don't really doing any too much communication with yourself. So then I got a chance from God then that I am able to communicate with myself with different contexts. Yeah. So what I can tell you again, apa yang saya learn dari this incident is life is too short to be wasted. I don't know how that I can translate it in other expression. So that doesn't mean that I have to speed up all my activities again, or that I have to be more relaxed atau lebih punya banyak waktu for my personal individual life. Honestly, I cannot get the answer yet. I mean that the only part that I got it right now, but I need time to chew it that again, how that I should translate it for my future. But what I can say is life is just very short, and we are not having any guarantee, even though you do have 1,000 insurance that you know that you have in you know under your name. But no one can tell you that how many minutes that you can prolong your life. I mean it could be very sudden, or maybe you can alive until 100 years old. But there's no such as kind of a guarantee, isn't it? Yeah. And the things that is really shocking me a lot is not because of the incident that it hurts me in somehow in my body, but I lost my friends, 4 of them within a minute, like that. And then I felt on that time, kenapa I didn't take more time to talk with them? Why I didn't communicate with them more? Why I didn't know them more? Why that I didn't spend time with them more, and so on and so on. That kind of things that it's more into my mind, rather than I feel that okay, I'm survivor. I'm one of the survivor. I'm happy then, and I got a few pains in my body. I think that the last part that I you know I feel in that thing.
Yeah.
But in the minute, I lost my good friends.
So if you look back, yeah, it might be possible. I mean, that at that time you also couldn't make it. Yeah,
sure.
Maybe you also died. If you look back, when if you were didn't able to make it at a time, do you think that at a time you have completed your life in a way that you want your life to be spent? No?
Not at all. Not at all. I think if I have 100 tasks to do in my life, if I calculate back, even there's no 20% that I have done in my my mission.
Okay, so you feel lucky that you survived.
I feel lucky that I still have a second chances. Then I still have time that I can do my left behind homework. Then this is where that I have to do it in my future.
Right. So how does it make difference in your concept of life and business?
That's a very tricky question. I go a bit at details. Okay, I go with this. What I thought on that time when I was in the hospitalized. Okay, which is that it's not representing only myself, but I'm representing also with my friends, my fellows. There are actually about 10 people that actually been hospitalized on that time. First week we were quite busy with what happened with us, with all pain. Okay, then we are happy that we are okay, we are alive, and so on. But do you know what the second week, communication that we are talking about that? Okay, we are talking about, okay, is it our medical insurance is cover all other expenses? See, okay. Do you know what the second question that we've been talking about that? Okay, so okay, if we get normal, then we are lucky, then we can go back to our office again and we can work normally. Okay, but now I do have a few friends that could be that we are not coming back normally again. It's a paralyzed, there's a Max wound also paralyzed, both of the legs are also cannot be used, normally also. I don't know that how can my doctor can guarantee that I can survive with I can walk normally also. Then the second week is starting that to talk. Okay, if I cannot walk, if I do something that happened with the permanent disabled, then how that we can cope with that. Yeah, especially for the bapak-bapak, having 10 kids, 12 kids, okay, 2 housewives, I don't know how that they can survive with all the fixed,
Amir is very happy to hear that.
So then the second question that we've been been discussing on that time is like that. Even not local people only like us, even expatriates also.
So Mariko, excuse me, because of time I have to break first. So we'll continue after the break.
Okay, yes.
So business leaders and intellectual business community, kita harus break sebentar, and then kita akan lanjutkan dalam segmen kedua segera sesudah ini. Buat para business leaders and intellectual business community yang ingin berpartisipasi, memberikan komentar ataupun bertanya ataupun memberikan pendapatnya, silakan SMS ke 0896 kali 788. Kita break untuk masuk ke dalam segmen kedua.